Good morning. Welcome to The Becoming Trader. I'm your host, Chris Tjonkamp, and I am The Becoming Trader. So I decided that I'm going to do every morning around 6 a.m. Dublin time. I'm going to just take a look at the market, do what I think, or do my analysis of the market for the day, and then we'll see how that goes, and we'll see where we go from there. So what's recently happened is a friend of mine sent me a YouTube page, the Trading Academy, and it actually went quite in line with what my strategy was, and so I've taken it on board. I will show you what it's about. So the Trading Academy, his name's Fabio, and he's got lots of great content out there. So if you're serious about becoming a trader, I really recommend you check him out. You check this out. There's a group of them, and they just want to help. Like it's really good. And they've even got a Discord, and there's a lot of free things on their Discord. There's just people discussing things, their view of the market. There's market updates. This is every day they post stuff. So I recommend checking it out. So recently I have moved to TradingView. I think TradingView is the way to go. It seems a lot better than MT5. And so let's dive into the markets. It is a new trading strategy. I'm still trying to get my head around the new trading strategy, and I'm hoping that these videos help me understand it better, so that when I'm discussing things, that it will make more sense to me, and I'll be able to implement things better, and then also maybe it'll help you. So I'm gonna focus mainly on the main USD pairs, with Euro GBP, and I'll grow my portfolio from then on. Because I moved to TradingView, I'm still trying to move my funds from my previous broker to a new broker that suits TradingView. So let's dive in and see what the outcome is. So there's a little trading checklist here that I have, and so I'm just on the weekly time frame. So I've got to try and remember every time I go to a new pair, I must check the trading checklist to see what's happening. What's happening on the weekly time frame of the AUD USD. We can see that that broke there, so it was bearish. So then that will be your new high. So that broke there, and then it would have been your low, then it broke there, so that would have been your new high, so that broke there. So we are looking at a bullish trend for the USD in the weekly time frame. So that's just to keep in mind, we are bullish. So I've done a sort of my structure analysis here. So we are bullish on the swing structure. We're bearish on the internal structure, and we're bullish on the fractal structure. What that means is the overall swing structure is bullish on the daily time frame as well, and internal, that's just in here, you can see that it is bearish. So because this broke this low over here, let's get that, because that got broken over there, it means that the market is moving down, so it is bearish. But the overall swing structure is bullish. And then the fractal, which is using the fractals, which is using the wicks of each candle. So you can see that this wick here got broken. That was the high of that wick that got broken there, which means that the fractal structure is bullish. Another thing about the Trading Academy is I have joined the mentorship program, and yeah, it is a paid mentorship course that, so I do get I do have discussions with them sort of privately, and I do work with them, and there is more training videos and stuff with that, and then they give this fractal structure break indicator. It's part of the mentorship that you get this fractal structure break indicator. All these string structures, swing structures, and these that is all from the Trading Academy. And yeah, I will try and describe it as I go, but if you want it from the source, I'd say go to the YouTube channel and learn it there. So ideally what you want is you want all of them to be to be the same. So because your main structure is bull, you want your internal to be bull and your fractal to be bull. So what do I see here? There was a bit of a little correction there. It seems like there is quite a bit of liquidity up here. I'll use I think that's this one. I'll use my liquidity line. So there seems to be liquidity up here. That needs to be taken out, and it seems like there's quite a bit of liquidity here. This liquidity here and here has been taken out. They didn't seem to this little demand supply, this little area of supply seems to have become an area of demand. So what we could expect is there's this area of demand here, and it hasn't really broken through there, but what we could expect is we could expect it to move down and then move back up and then do something like this. So that's what I'll be looking out for. That's on the daily. And if we go to the 4 hourly, you can see that there's that's 4 hourly. Yeah. You can see that there's this area of demand here, and that quite works well with the 50% Fibonacci. So that means is this area here below the 50% is your discount, and this is your premium. So you can see that it was close to it, which means that there probably is a lot of liquidity here, and that could be nice because it could mean that there's definitely a draw to go into that area of discount and push up further. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that because there's area of discount there, seems to be quite a bit of liquidity. It could continue to do something like that, although it must probably be a little bit higher, so it'll probably be like this, and then break that area of liquidity there. It'll break that little area of liquidity there, and yeah, so if it does dip in there, I'd be looking definitely to get longs in from this point here, and then move up, because there's also some liquidity here. I just want to change this to instead of an arrow, turn it off all arrow. Nope, just delete that, and then if I click there we go. Okay, so yeah, there seems to be a lot of liquidity here, and because it tried to break that, well, it comes from up here, this area, where would, well, this cell here, there was an area of demand, because there was a sell before the buy that broke that range there. So that broke that range there. Then it sort of has become the area of, if we just open that, yeah, so it sort of became the area of supply. So if we look at probably that area there, and yeah, if there's any liquidity, around the area of supply and demand, that's very good, because then what will probably happen is it will definitely go into that location. So, well, not definitely, it will most likely go into that location. So that's what we're going to be looking for. So we can use this area of demand. There's a bit of liquidity there as well. I'd extend this. I'm also starting to use Rise as a productivity platform, but yeah, it's still new days. I'm still testing it out. So we can use this area of demand, and yeah, especially because it's around that 50, there's a bit of supply there. So get into that supply, into that liquidity, and push up further. And our aim will be that liquidity there. So that's my synopsis for AUDUSD. Is there anything else? And liquidity, yeah. So let's move on to Euro GBP. So first things first is go to the main structure. Let's see what we have. So this currently doesn't seem to be much to be happening. Okay, I'm not too sure where that got broken there. That would be your high there. So you could say that it is still within this range here. You could still say that it's in within that range there, and it's sort of bearish. It doesn't seem to. It seems to be within that range there still. So that's, yeah, it's sort of parking in that range there. It doesn't seem to want to break that area there. Okay, so then structure of your daily. So I'm only going to be trading in the daily and the 4 hourly, and I'll then move on to the 15 minutes once I have a better understanding of the market. So I'm just using the weekly to analyze where I am with the for the daily trading. Obviously the daily trading won't, it's, so that's, and then the daily would be more used for the daily would be more used for the 4 hourly. Okay, so with the daily, let's zoom in here. We're bullish on the swing structure. There. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. So we broke that level, that swing there. We broke that swing there. So that's your new swing low. So this is your new swing low. That's your new swing high. That was your previous swing high. That was the previous swing low. You can see very nice. Yeah, very nice uptrend there. And there is a nice little up there, and what's this? Seems to be getting widerish. It's not really, but yeah, well, okay, and all these little extras. So that's your swing high. So I do expect that it will come in, the market will come back down into this area here and do something like that. Definitely into this area here. So yeah, it will most likely come into there, break. Let's not start a break now. Come into there, it will go up there, and then reach higher, or even your focus session ending soon. Okay. Yeah, so this is your area of demand. If we get the Fibonacci, yeah, there's your 50%, and so it's very well could come back into that area there, which is a very nice area. Yeah, so it is coming down. It might be a good idea. So we're looking for a change of character for your fractals, and there's a nice one. There's a nice change of character here. Here's your change of character. So this will be your new fractal high. There's your fractal high there. So if we go into the 4 hourly, let's just clean up here. There's too much going on here. Let's get rid of all this stuff so I can see it clearly. Okay, so there was a change of character here for your change of character, 4 hour change of character, and so that will be your new high. There's your new high there, and then broke, that would have been your low. Well, that would have broken your low there. That would have been your new high. So then there would be another change of character, and then a change of character on the downside here. So that would have been your change of character there to go down. So your new high is this point here, that point there. Yeah, there's your current fractal high, and then there's your current fractal low. So your fractal indicator is going down. So what we could expect is your swing bull, your structure for your daily is all bull. So we are expecting to go long. So what we could expect is there's this area here, just to refine this a little bit more. You could actually refine it just to the just that. So what I could expect is a sort of so, and then expect a new breakout. So we'll see where that is with the daily. Where does that line up with daily? So we could expect it just to go down there, break that, get into that area of demand, and get into that 50 mark range, and then go up. That's what I'm looking at. So yeah, so it goes into this area here, and if it reacts to that area here, then start making its way up for a new high. There is this little area here, but it seems to just have broken through that. So I'm not, just broke through that quite comfortably. There's probably not too much liquidity here. But we'll see. There is a little bit of a change there, but it's not. There's no change of characters. So yeah. So we'll see. Okay. So yeah, that's my prediction for the Euro GBP. The EG, I think they call it. That's the, yeah. Okay. So the Euro USD, EU. What's the weekly structure? So yeah, so you can see that I'm going through those here. So weekly time frame. What's the weekly time frame? Well, we broke this high here, meaning that we've gone from a bearish to a bullish character structure. So there's your swing low. Here's your swing high. Ooh, that's a very skew line. There's your swing low. There's your swing high, and we're within that range. Okay. So then we go to the daily, and let's have a look here. So where are we in daily? We're in a swing high, but we are ranging a little bit, are we? So there is this area here. You can see that there's this area here, which is that isn't descending wedge. So actually there's a lot of liquidity here. So actually what I'm thinking now is probably what's going to happen is it's going to actually go through here. It's going to break through that and take out all that liquidity. So I did this analysis last night or yesterday with this one here, but I actually think what's going to happen is it's the wrong way around. There's a lot of liquidity here. There's your 1, 2, 3, your 1, 2, 3, and so that's what I'm predicting. So yeah, so if I go to the, so that's my prediction for that. It's actually going to break through that and actually keep going up. So it's a continuation wedge thing, 3 points of interest. Okay. Question is, why did I think it was going to go down? Okay, let me just clear that. Okay, so there is an area of, this is Friday. Okay, we've actually taken out that area of liquidity there. So it depends on how it reacts to that area of liquidity there, this area of liquidity when it comes back up here. So if it comes back up, it might, we're looking at the bigger picture, it might just break through it. Let's use this one. It might just break through it, take out this liquidity, and then start taking out all this liquidity here. So yeah, I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that. It looks like it's taken out that liquidity there. We're currently in a bearish swing on the 4-hour time frame. You have this area of supply, but yeah, I'm thinking what is most likely going to happen is it's actually going to, there's actually an area, we're in discount at the moment, and I think it's actually going to break through, and then it's going to do that huge market to take out all that liquidity all this liquidity up here, because there seems to be quite a bit of liquidity there. Okay, I will, yeah, so that's my analysis of that. GBP USD. Okay, so let's go to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is also bullish. So you can see there was that there, so it went down. It didn't break that area there. It didn't break this area here, and then we went up. We broke that area there. So that's your new swing high. That's your new swing low, and yeah, we're currently just ranging. There's probably some liquidity here. There might be some liquidity here. That might be available. So it might go down there. This could be liquidity here as well. Maybe even here, but I don't know. I don't think it'll go that low. So it might just keep going further to take out that liquidity. I can see the Euro USD again. Okay, so there might still be liquidity here and here and here that it might go down to, but it might just test that first and just range in a bit before it goes down. There's okay, let's keep with the. Okay, so we are bullish. So let's go to the daily time frame and analyze that. So we're in a swing. You see that swing there, a nice little swing here. We broke that high there. We corrected there. So we broke this high here. So that will be your swing low. Then we went up there. We broke that there. So that could be your swing high. This could be your swing low. We broke that there. So this could be your swing high. That's your swing low, swing high. And actually we broke that there. So that could have been a change of character. So actually, wait a minute. So that broke there. So that would be your, continues being your swing high. That would be your swing low. Then just get broken here. Did it break or did it? Well, it started below and it's moving up. So you could actually say that is actually broken there. So it actually could be, this could be your just get rid of this. Okay, so we're still swing. Where are we? Okay, that'll be your. That could be your new swing low technically. So we're actually bearish. Let's correct that on your daily. So there was a change of character, and now we're actually looking to be bearish on your okay, and so there's your buy before your sell. There's your buy before you sell. There's another buy before you sell, and so that's your current fractal low, current fractal high. So we're in a bearish momentum here. There's your, actually probably could refine that. That's your, probably your buy. That's your buy over there. Which is sort of in this one as well. That's your buy over there. Then you even had a smaller buy over here. So yeah, so what we could look for is there might be some liquidity up here. There might be some liquidity here and here that we might look into, but definitely this liquidity over here will be the biggest point of interest, where we could see a up into that liquidity, and then down and something like that. So then you have this down here, you go up, you take the liquidity, and then you see a change of character. You see a change of character there, and then you break down further. Okay. So yeah, so let's go to the 4 hourly. So what do we have in the 4 hourly? Actually, this might have been your swing low over here rather, and that'll still be considered your swing high because it's the highest point, but your swing low could be actually this point here. Yeah, your swing low is there, and actually then your new high, the new high would actually be the highest point from the, yeah, so it'll actually be this point here. That point there, your structure, that'll be your swing high for your structure, will be roughly there, and your swing low will be there for your structure. That'll and your so we broke that there, hey. So that will probably be your swing low. That would be your swing. But we're still in a bear. So we're actually in a whole lot of bears here. So we actually could look for selling. So there could be, there's your area of supply. We're currently in another area of supply. Here, but there could be liquidity somewhere here. So we could see just an up move, take that liquidity, go back down, go into that area of supply, and then move down further and break new lows. The 50 is just there as well. So yeah, we definitely can see that take that liquidity, go down, and then have a change of character here, change of character there, and yeah, and then see to take new lows over here. So yeah, so that's what we could see. I'll actually just leave that up for now. Okay, NZD USD. I think this is gonna be my last one, and then yeah, it's a lot of brain work going on, trying to understand it. Okay, so let's have a look. So what's happening on the Euro USD? So NZD USD, we've moved on now. So let's go back to the weekly for structure 1. So we had a swing low here. And we have a swing high here, and it doesn't look like we've broken either of them. So we're still in this sort of this range. We're still sort of in this range. Okay, let's go to the daily. Okay, so where are we now? So we had an up market here. So we had a swing high here. We broke that swing high. So that's your swing low. That's your swing high. We broke that. So that's your swing low. That's your swing high. Then we broke that there. So that's a change. That's your break of structure. There's your swing low. That will still be your swing high. Then we broke that there. So that's your swing high. Then your swing low. Your swing high. Broke that there. So yeah, that's your swing low. So yeah, so we're in a bear. Let's get rid of most of those. And so actually this is not right. Your swing low is there as well. That's your swing low. and yeah, is there any liquidity? So what we are building up is we could be building up liquidity here. There is this range here as well that you could have liquidity. I don't know if that could be an area of liquidity. Yeah, but then so I don't know if there's liquidity there, but there's definitely liquidity. Seems to be liquidity here. We didn't really go into that liquidity there. So yeah, so what we could see is a further down, further up, a further down, and then take that liquidity, and then see it further down. Like that's what we could see. So we could see a mark here, 1, 2, 3. So we could see something like that. Is there any? Yeah, it could actually go down further. So it could actually go down further and then go up and then do its thing. And okay, so that could still be in play. That analysis there, because the 4 hourly. A lot of. Let's delete this, delete that. So we're in that. So yeah, so the 4 hourly is there as well. Yeah, it went up there. It didn't take that, so there could be liquidity still up there. Yeah, so I'm thinking there is liquidity up there. So what we could do is we could see if we see a change of character, we could see it go further down, take that there, and then shoot up to take all the liquidity up there. So yeah, I will keep an eye on that. I think that's how it's looking. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little analysis. I'm going to take a break, and I will continue my analysis of the last 3 pairs in a bit. As you can see, I'm still learning quite a lot, and so yeah, let's make money. Yeah, I'm excited about this new mentorship that I signed up for. I think it's going to be great for my trading, and I hopefully I'll be able to pass on some of the information to you. So yeah, stay diligent, stay profitable.